Welcome back, everybody, to TIMBP Live. I'm your host, Perry. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you're doing well. It's good to have you folks here with me. Again, if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for checking it out. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. My camera, or my computer screen is a little dark. Couldn't see myself all the way. I hope that you guys have had a good week. Hope that it is just, you're in that sweet spot where it's been a good enough week that you've enjoyed most of it, but not so good. Well, not so bad that the only thing you can think about is 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Because, like, you need that balance, right? You got to have some kind of a good balance in between. You got to have moments where you're like, oh, this week has been awesome and worth it, and I feel really good about the headspace that I'm in. But then also it's like, boy, I could definitely I'm looking forward to right now the end of this one. You know? So, hope you have a good balance. That's this week's Perryism. Have a good balance. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You can find the podcast comes out every week here on the channel. If you want just the audio version, you can head to your podcast app of choice and listen to it there. You can support the show at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, get bonus content. And, yeah, I think that's about... Oh, wait, no, that's not about it, because I haven't even brought up the fact that we got the live show, we've got the weekend, we've got the meetup coming up here real soon in May of this year of our Lord 2023. We are going to be back at our wonderful little spot here in Lexington, Kentucky, the Clarion Hotel for This Is My Bourbon Weekend 2023. Tickets are on sale now at the Patreon page if you want to go and check that out. They will be going public here in a couple of days, so if anybody wants to check that out, share it with your friends, of course. But you want the exclusive access first. It's patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. I want to say hello to some folks in the chat. Tony Bag of Donuts is back from Chile. Good to see you back, my friend. Tony sent us a flight that we're going to do for next week's Mutant Madness training. That Eric and I are going to be doing on the Patreon page. Yes, Eric did not, unfortunately, make it through to the next round last week on Matt Madness, but that's okay. You still got to train, man, even in the off-season. Don's here, Don Nishida, who actually provided the flight for this evening's live stream. Hello again, Whiskey Friends from Mr. Jeffrey Wack. Hello, Jeff. Good to see you. Donnie the Linux Cat is in the chat. Oh, my goodness, Donnie, it's good to see you. And Lil, all the way in Brisbane, Australia, says, morning, all. Cheers. Cheers to you. Oh, Don, I need this. Our doggy of 14 years passed this morning. Not to bring the mood down, but a toast to Zoe. A toast to Zoe, indeed. I haven't poured anything yet, but I got my seltzer water, and this is the first of many cheers to Zoe tonight. Sugar Kitty's here. Hello, Sugar Kitty. Meow, meow, meow to you. And, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be lurkers. I just know that there are lurkers. So, we won't take too much time away from this because I intend for this to be intensive. I intend for it to be thought-provoking. I intend for it to be entertaining. Because that's what you do here, right? So Don, as I said, was so grateful to send 3 samples, 1 set for myself, 1 set for Eric. So I got 3, he got 3. You're probably saying, hey, Perry, doesn't this mean that Eric is going to know what it is that's in his blind flight? Well, joke's on you, because Clifton did this exact thing like a couple weeks ago because he got the same sample flight set. So if Eric really wanted to know, he didn't have to watch this stream. He could just watch Clifton's. But the other thing, is that Eric doesn't like spoilers. So I think that's I think I'm safe. I'm good. I'm in the clear, as they say. Whoop and boop. 3-fer. You know, sometimes you get those sample bottles and they have the cap that's the plastic bit of the cap that's come off. I'm sure there's a industrial name for it, but I got no clue. So that's how it is. Clifton is here, though. Mr. Bourbon bites himself. Is that fine? No, it's a blank face. It's good to have you here, buddy. Don't I have 6 samples? Do I? Were there more than green, blue, and black? Do I need to pour? Son of a biscuit. Hold on. Ah, crap. All right, so there are 6 total samples. I thought that it was just 3 and 3, like 3 for me and 3 for Eric. Well, ball sack. I'll get in trouble on YouTube if I say ball sack. There's chaos here tonight on the channel. See, I just assume, like, if we get... It's on me, Don. It's totally on me. But... Oh, I'm here, Pat. Hello. Red, purple, and yellow? I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, it's totally on me. I just thought that it was like 3 for me, 3 for Eric. All good. Let me go grab 3 more Glen Cairns and find a funnel. Don't go nowhere. Chair stream's over. Sorry. I'm good. I apologize. This is on me. Do we have to drink when Chad gets up? Yeah, of course. You have to drink when Chad gets up. Perry, though, on the other hand, that's up to you. Let's see. What else did I miss? Not a lot. You guys are just making fun of me. I think we drink whenever anything happened. I thought we drank whenever anything happened. Yes. Clifton's got a work call in 20 minutes, so he can't drink. Well, you could. You put some in a coffee cup. Maybe. Not that I've done that. For a second, Clifton, too, I was like, wait, what do you mean a work call? You got, you know. The ADD is strong this evening. Doing great. Hope everybody's doing. Oh, it's what's everybody drinking on? Look at this. I couldn't have found a better funnel. But here we are. So, let me correct some of my mistakes here real quick. And then we will get a move on. Bill's here. What's up, Bill? I had to call Japan after work for work. Time zones. Time zones indeed. Makes sense. Pat, when are you flying to Japan? When's that happening? God, I also need to keep these in front of me so I know which is which. Okay, this is the last one I've got to fix. And then I'll pour up half of the other samples. Oops, I poured too much back in. There we go. Perry looks like he's about to accompany Eric to a Fall Out Boy concert in 2006. Yeah, I could have, like, my hair's gotten long enough to where I could viably, like, tie it back. But I don't really feel like doing that yet, especially on a stream first. I'd rather get used to that. Not in a public forum. So sorry, everybody. I was like, I'm ahead. I got everything figured out. I'm good. I got nothing. No technical difficulties or anything. Whoop. And here we are. So, what can I say? It's a typical Thursday night with Perry. TIMBP at its finest. Or something like that. Don with the $10 Snuffy Chat says, man bun time? I don't know, a man bun. I don't know if it would be called a man bun necessarily. Because it will go up at some point. I just have to prepare everybody for that, just so you know. But I can't justify, like, it's gotten so long that it's gotten annoying, like it's in my eyes, but I'm also way more committed to growing it out this time for some reason. So I don't know, I was thinking growing the beard out, growing the hair out, just a little kind of last show of being in my 20s, I guess. If I tie my hair back, I might get divorced. I gotta be comfortable. Surely Lucy will understand that. She's the one that wanted me to grow my hair out in the first place. So, I mean, I wouldn't have really done it, at least in this capacity, if it weren't for her. So, what can I say? But it is crazy long right now, and it's very much getting difficult to deal with and manage. Also needs to be washed. So, keep it behind the headphones for now. The music stopped? Oh no, it's still going. Okay. All right, so we got these here 6 samples, not 3 like I thought initially. I'm gonna grab one of my Heaven Hill press releases so I can take notes, because I know I'm gonna forget everything by the time I get to the end. And my order, not that it really matters, but I at least want to make it, I want to put it on. Yours is about this long, Lil? I haven't measured it or anything, but no, the music didn't actually stop, Pat. I just couldn't. It was just in a lull for a second. So my order is blind, green, blue, black, white, purple, red. All right, so green, first up. Because I don't have like a, like nobody's asking me questions or anything, I'm just going to go through these, talk about where I think it's from, talk about the proofs, talk about whether it's finished or not, things like that. So I'm essentially doing the work, like it's like Matt. So you do all of this like studying for a test, right? Where you study the big equations, you study like you know, the broader stories of history, but you get to the actual test, and it's individual questions like how long was Napoleon in prison before he died? You know, I don't know. So it's like 7 years, something. I don't know. I wasn't a great student by the time I was done with it all. Clifton saying, "Hey, if y'all want a sneak peek of the results, you could check the description of my video." So yeah, if you want to do that, head to Bourbon Bites and check it out. But so this is the broad strokes, this is the bigger picture, and then Matt Madness is going to be the exam. All right, so let's get to the nose on green. Well, that's certainly a rye. Hit the like button. Thank you, Anthony Iturieta. Interesting. There's something about this that smells very sweet and very familiar. But there's also something about it that's like perfumey. And it's like buttercream and perfume. Kind of reminds me of I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Did I get an invite to this year's Matt Madness? Yes. My first round is next Friday night. So we'll see. What up, Darren? Sup, y'all? Sup, you, dude? Sup? Huh? I don't know. All right, I said we would have many, so Zopher's over on the Twitch. What's up, Zopher? Hope you're doing well, Fonzo. Good to see you, buddy. Says moments behind, but on the Twitch. Thanks for checking that out. Twitch.tv/mybourbonpod if you want to sub over there. Eventually, I'll get to streaming video games. Maybe. All right. Oh, I said that we're going to be mini toasts to Zoe tonight. Don's dog family member that passed away this morning. I don't look forward to those days, those times, and so I can understand how you're feeling. So, cheers, you guys. Oh, there's something about that. I feel like I've actually had it before, or had it recently. Oh, rye. I'm going to say it's a lower proof as well. And it feels like it's Kentucky distilled. I'm going to say 100 proof KY distillate. Tommy D, good evening. Where's your partner? Still at the gym. Tommy, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Don't think I've seen you in the chat before. If I have and I've forgotten, I'm so sorry. But it is very good to have you around. Eric is on nights currently, and he's actually finishing up nights soon. So he's going to be on the live stream more in the near future. So be on the lookout for that. But he is at work currently. Oh, we got a turf war going on over at the Twitch. It's fairly malty. And I'm just like, for some of these, because of course, like, I'm not as well versed in rye as I am bourbon. I love rye to death. I drink it not nearly as much as I do bourbon, of course. So where I kind of am pulling some of my stuff from is a little bit more limited. But that being said, I still know rye fairly well. All that in consideration, excuse me. I just went ahead and said this was Old Forester rye. This was mostly just to give me an answer. It's something to kind of put down to guess at. But yeah. Big Vic's here. What up, Big Vic? Good to see you. Tommy D, Cool Beans. Yeah, I haven't been on in a long time. Hey, it's good to see the D. That's all I'm going to say. Regardless of what green is, I like it. Some good stuff. All right. Seltzer water. What's that? Palate cleanser. You ever have those days where you're like, oh, I'm not feeling too great. I don't know what's going on. My head's not on right. I've had a headache all day. I've just been hungry. I've just been hungry today. Part of dieting and trying to lose weight. Yeah, I just have days where I'm hungry. And then I eat a little bit of food and I'm like, oh, there we go. So that's kind of where my brain's been today. All right, moving on to blue. What? That's a change. Yeah, Fonzo. I mean, hunger. Like, you know how people say things like, and I'm a firm believer in this because this is such a strange. This isn't how I thought this conversation was going to go. But you know how people are like, oh, I believe in feeling sad or feeling angry because it A, reminds me of the full range of human emotion, and B, reminds me of what it's like when I'm not feeling angry or sad. I kind of have that same relationship with hunger for some reason. And I think that it comes from a place of privilege, which I fully recognize, of course, and will admit to. But there's something about like the feeling of being hungry where I'm like, I don't mind this. Like, I'd like to get over this. I would like to not be hungry anymore. But at the same time, like, I enjoy like being able to experience those things. I don't know. Can you tell I've been introspective recently? This is completely different from green. Woo! You know what? I didn't put an age. For green. I'm going to say, thinking back, 6 years old and not finished. Blue is definitely higher rye. Has a great mouthfeel to it. Some people do get hungry more often than others. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say this is 116 proof. Now, this isn't striking me as Kentucky distillate. Again, like, I'm kind of shooting in the dark here with ryes, but I like that's because this gives me a chance to look at what I've experienced with these and apply it to Matt Madness, of course. I don't think it's Kentucky. Part of me thinks it's Canadian rye. Part of me thinks it's Indiana. I'm going to swing for the fences. I'm going to say Canadian. There we go. Canada. I think the age on this one is deceptive, but I'm going to say 7.5. Not finished. For a Canadian rye. I don't know. Well, I mean, okay. I'll just see. Now I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to play this particular version of the game the way that I typically do Map Madness, which is not the way that I need to keep doing it. Like if I keep kind of like informing my guess as to what the bottle is based on everything else that I've guessed, or if I just kind of shoot in the dark. This one's tough, man. I'm gonna say... Ugh. I'm just gonna throw this at the wall, see what sticks. I'm gonna say this one's a High West rye. With nothing in particular to really lead me. Any Canadian whiskey can be called a rye. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I think that's typically true. But like if it's sourced from Canada to America, they're typically looking for an actual rye whiskey. Be that as it may. It's a blind spot for me. So all right. Moving on to black. Black smells like it's the older brother of green. Like they're not dissimilar by any means in their profile. They've still got this like malty sweetness about them on the nose. But there's a lot of tobacco and leather on there too. I mean, it is a rich, complex nose, man. Whew. All right. Oh, hello. I think this might be our first finished rye of the evening. Say mid-rye. I think the proof on this is a little deceptive. I'm going to say 107. I'm going to say 8 years. I think this one brings us back to Kentucky. It's giving me Heaven Hill vibes. Yeah, I don't know what specifically it would be if it were Heaven Hill. But my guess is that it is a Heaven Hill rye. So recap so far. Green, I said it was a low rye, 100 proof Kentucky distillate. I threw something at the wall. Old Forester, 6 years old. Not finished. Blue is my second glass. I said higher rye, 116 proof from Canada, 7.5 years old. Not finished. And I said it was a High West rye. I hope they're all finished. If they aren't, put them back. I mean, they taste of age. I could be wrong, though. If I know anything, it's that can happen. And then for the last one, black, I said it is finished. It's a mid-ish rye, maybe like 75% rye in the mash bill. 107 proof, 8 years old, Kentucky. And just kind of throwing something out there, I said it was a Heaven Hill rye. Next up is white for me. Now's a good time for me to remind you all, too, if you haven't liked the video yet or subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps us out it immensely. Helps us out a whole lot here. Check out the podcast every Wednesday as well. Don't just go live. Yeah, I do. We do the podcast as well with Eric, the Whiskey Mutant. I moved all these over with the intention of making them closer to me, but then I realized I also had to write. So, there we go. Oh, forgot to cleanse the palate. You know, does that actually work? I got no idea. But it seems to work for me. It's better than just drinking still water for some reason. But anyway, all right. White. I thought white had some floaters. White is a very light nose. It's kind of briny. That's strange. It's briny and it's got this medicinal note to it. Like, very cherry cough syrupy. Oh, boy. Oh, that is sour. There's not a lot of complexity going on with it. Kind of makes me feel like maybe it was... Oh, wow. Oh, the finish is really nice, though. Oh, and then it goes a little Flintstone-y. Yep, there's that Flintstone vitamin. But does Dickel do... Do they do rye picks, though? Don't answer in the chat. I don't want to know in the chat. I'm going to... Papa Ritter's in the chat. I don't know that song, Dad. If you want my love, you got it. If you need my love, you got it. I won't hide it. If you want my love, you got it. If you need my love, you got it. I won't hide it. Weird. Yeah, I don't know if Dickel does picks of their rye whiskey. But, I mean, that's going to wind up being my guess. I'm going to say mid-rye on this one. I'm going to say 110 proof. Not finished. Now, here, this is going to seem a little counterintuitive. Oh, it's Cheap Trick. It's much slower than that. Oh well. Sorry. I can't win them all, you know? Anyway, so there is something about the lack of complexity on this that makes me feel like it might have been aged in a colder climate. And my first thought, initially I thought this was a Jefferson's aged at sea rye, which I think they've only done like a couple times. But I don't know. I always feel like I get led into thinking that the Jefferson's aged at seas are like more sea salty or brinier than they actually are, because we get tricked into that mindset. This could maybe be further up into the northwest. Can maybe see it being a Washington rye. I'm gonna stick with Colorado on this one. What else do I ask myself? Years. This one's got to be younger. 4 years old. What's happening here? And I'm gonna say it's a Dickel rye pick. Not necessarily against my better judgment, but I just don't know if they do picks of their rye. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Just don't let me know here in the chat. All right, so that was white. I'm going to move on to purple next. Oh! Huh? Purple's awesome. Purple's got a great nose. Right off the bat, just from the nose, it reminds me of a Kentucky Owl rye. Which is probably going to wind up being my guess, but I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. It's older. It's a little bit higher proof. It's what's up, Prescription Bourbon? Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate the goodwill. Yeah, it's a little bit higher proof. I think the mash bill is still a little bit mid-tier rye as far as like the percentage. Oh, it finished. This actually has that feel that Eric. Sorry, I'll get it out eventually. This has that feel that Eric kind of talks about with his very specific synesthesia, which I guess I kind of have too because I also taste colors. But this is very purple. I mean, it has a lot of purpleness to it. But there is like, first of all, I know I've had this before. I wouldn't bet the farm on it, but I believe that I have had this before. I believe I have had this in the context of being at the Beaumont Inn, surrounded by friends, sitting in an old dusty chair that some guy probably died in at some point, or somebody definitely farted in that chair. But it just reminds me so much of the Beaumont Inn. Man. 11 years, not finished. Kentucky. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a Kentucky Owl Rye, man. Not only do I feel the most like connection to that one, but it's the one that I have liked the most so far during this stream. I got one left. This one's labeled red. All right. No, I'm also going to go through. I'm going to rank these as well as to which are my favorites, just to kind of add a little something extra. Pat says, it was me. I farted in the old chair. Dixon politely asked me to leave. That's how it goes. Nah, he would never do that. Independent Joe. Cheers, fam. Hope you all are doing swell. Good to see you, Joe. Hope you've been well, man. It's been a minute. All right. I didn't even nose red. That is a very easy drinker. Oh, this one's finished. Finished, low rye. Let's see, 4.5 years old. I don't quite think it's Kentucky, but I could be wrong. The proof is really doing a lot of work there. I think I am going to say it's Kentucky. I'm going to say this is a Knob Creek rye. It's interesting, man. Oh, Tony back at Donuts. Tony back in the USA. $10. Papa's all right. Papa's all right. Baby's all right. They just want a little more. I know that song. Surrender. All right, so let's recap what I've been tasting so far. And this is going to be the way that I go through and rank everything as well for the evening. I'm going to flip my page over. So I had green, I had blue, I had black, white, purple, and red. All right, so on green, Don, give me a little feedback here too. I'm just out of curiosity. How am I doing? Are you here, Don? It's me, Margaret. This is a dumb joke, but I love it. Paging Don Nishida. Don Nishida. I'm doing amazingly well. Wow. Okay. No, I have not opened the answer key at all. Here, I'll prove it to you. Still sealed shut. Good to know, though. I'll take it. Okay, so green, I said low rye, 100 proof, Kentucky distillate, Old Forester, 6 years old and no finish. Green's really good. I'm definitely guessing things. This is a stream of all time. Papa Ritter's quoting Taylor Swift now. From Cheap Trick to Taylor Swift. We play it all here on 107.3 MBP WMBP. Going back to blue. I said higher rye, 116 proof. Canadian, 7.5 years old, not finished. High West rye. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall again, just out of curiosity. There's an ease of drinkability that green brings that blue doesn't, but I like that blue is a little bit more complex than green is. So I'll come back to that momentarily. For black, I said it was finished. It's a mid-rye mash bill. 107 proof, 8 years old, Kentucky distillate, and I just said it was a Heaven Hill rye. Oh, man. Oh, but then that finish kicks in. That's a little weird. Interesting. White was the next one. I said it was a mid-rye mash bill, 110 proof, not finished. I said it was from Colorado. I said it was 4 years old, but I also said it was a Dickel pick. Again, you gotta throw whatever you can out there. Whew. Yeah, white is definitely my least favorite out of all of these. I already know that purple's number one, just based on how much I enjoyed it earlier. I said it's mid-rye, 115 proof. Hold on. I said it was 11 years old, not finished. I said it was from Kentucky, and I said it was Kentucky Owl Rye. 107.3 WMBP. Wash my backside, please. God, purple is so good. Purple's a showstopper. I think I have my order. Yeah, I got it. And then red, I said it was finished. I said it was a low rye. I said it was 4.5 years old. But then I went on to say that it was 120 proof from Kentucky and a Knob Creek rye. So next up on WMBP, WTMP, 107.3 are the Clash Train in Vain. I messed up the letters. I'm fired. Real droopy dog moment there, Dad. Surely everybody remembers droopy dog. Red's very good. Just goes to show the subjective nature of tasting. Absolutely. All right, so my order for favorite to least favorite. We'll start with least favorite. I said was white, which was number 6. Green was my number 5. Blue was my number 4. Red was my number 3. Black was my number 2. And purple was my number 1 of the evening. All right. We're going to find out just how well I did now. All right. Results directly from Don Nishida himself. All right, so blue. Blue is the Templeton 2022 Barrel Strength Straight Rye Whiskey. 114.6 proof. Higher rye, 95.5. Non-chill filtered, non-age stated, $60 a bottle. I mean, at least a couple points there. That's nice. That's awesome. Bottle green. Oh, snap. Bottle green was Russell's Reserve Straight Rye Whiskey Single Barrel. Kentucky distillate, of course. Don, do you know where the Templeton was distilled? School of Rock turns 20 this year. What? That's crazy. Anyway, Russell Reserve Straight Rye Whiskey was in green. 51% rye, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. I said it was a low rye. 100 proof. If you're going within 3, I would have missed it. If you're going within 5, I would have gotten it. Non-age stated, I said it was 6 years. I think it is kind of 6 years old. Templeton's probably MGP. Fair enough. Bottle black. Ooh. I'm trying to do a weird little foldy here so I don't spoil everything else for myself. Blackened Willet. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. Blackened X Willet. Blackened with Willet. Went into the black bottle. That was a good little touch there, Don. 109.6 proof. I said 107. That's pretty daggone close there, man. Combination of a high rye and low rye recipes. I said mid rye. I finished, too. I said it was finished. Aged between 6.5 and 8 years. I said 8 years. Man, awesome. All right, red. Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, I didn't quite get red. Red is the Pursuit United Blended Straight Rye Whiskey Batch 7cc, which I put as my number 3 out of this flight. The blackened was number 2. Man. Purple's the last one I got to find out about, so we'll get there in a second. I definitely was off on the proof. I said Kentucky, but it's a blend of 3 different rye mash bills from Kentucky and Maryland. It's not finished. I said it was finished. I said it was 4.5 years. I think that's fairly close. All right. And for my favorite purple... Holy moly. Well, dadgum. I knew I had it before, but... Uh, 2019 Thomas H. Handy from the Antique Collection. Dang. Mid-rye mash bill is undisclosed. I said 115. It's 125.7. I said it was 11 years. I think the Handy... How old are the... Which one's younger? Is it the Sazerac or the Thomas Handy? I can't remember. Let me know, please. Is Kentucky. Got that. I said it was Kentucky Owl Rye, but it was a Handy. That's a good... Hey, it's a freaking great pour, though. What did I say was my least favorite? That's the wrong page. So the white was my least favorite? Oh, wait, I skipped the white. Wow, okay. My bad. The white, I didn't even reveal. It was my least favorite, and it was actually a Knob Creek single barrel. Man, that just does not taste like Knob Creek rye to me. It's that finish, man. Whew. Yeah, I thought red was the Knob Creek. Red was Pursuit. So. Oh man. Okay. So anyway, white was 115 proof. Don't know the mash bill. I think we all kind of know that it's, or at least assume that it's a lower rye. I don't know for sure. 95.5. I said, wait, no, sorry. I jumped. I said it was mid-rye, though. So, 110 proof is what I said. It's 115. Not finished. I said it was from Colorado and was 4 years old. It's 5.5 years old, so not too bad. I did say it was a Dickel pick, but what are you gonna do? So overall, not bad. I mean, I'll take that. That was a pretty good little session of training there. I didn't mind that at all. Don, thank you so much for sending these. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to drink 2019 Thomas H. Handy again. It's been a minute, but I did pretty well. It's funny that I got one of the things mixed up with something else, but Clifton made a face at the Thomas Handy? I would have thought Clifton would have liked the Handy. I keep having to go back and remind myself which of these were my least favorite. Or, I guess, most favorite. Yeah, so I finished white off. So that was my least favorite of the evening. Green was my number 5. I remember liking the 2019 Handy quite a bit, too. I mean, there's something about... I don't know if I liked it as much as I did this one tonight, though. So, all right, y'all. Well, that is my time. And I appreciate you guys so much for hanging around with me. Don, once again, thank you for sending these samples to me. I will reseal the envelope so that Eric can also do these blind. I can't wait to hear what he says. But it's been a fun night. I could do flying blind with Eric with his samples. Oh, that would be a long flying blind. But we could maybe make it work. I don't know. We'll see. All right, that does it for this week. We got one more week left until my first round, the actual first round. Eric has his own bottles and envelope. Oh, well, screw him then. He's totally fine. I'm finishing these. I'm drinking more of this Thomas H. Handy. Why wouldn't I? We will see you guys next week. Thank you for sticking around and watching. And if you're watching on the replay as well, thank you so much for checking that out. If you want to listen to the podcast, it's every Wednesday when it comes out. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month gets you bonus content. I think that's it. I think we're done. See you guys soon. Till next time, I'm Perry. This is TIMBP Live.